Ladies and gentlemen, our piper tonight, Mr. Jim Frame. Good evening, my name is Pat Davis, and I'm on staff with Bev, our Member of Parliament, and it's my duty tonight, my good pleasure, to be able to just give you a brief outline about our program tonight. It won't be lengthy, but I'm sure you're going to agree that it's going to be a very meaningful evening and it's very special. Certainly gathering these outstanding Canadians together in one room is very meaningful to Bev. For those of you who know Bev, or if you spend just a few minutes talking with him, you will know how important volunteers are, those in the public service, those who give back to their community and their country. And so you're going to get a sense of that as I bring Bev forward in just a few minutes for his remarks. So after Bev's remarks, then we're going to have the medal presentations, and then at the end we'll be singing God Save the Queen. I'd also like to just tell all the recipients that provided we do things correctly, you'll all be getting photographs not only of your medal presentation, but a group photograph, and if we're really fortunate, a DVD at the end of the program. So it's my pleasure now to call on Judy Vaughn. Just going to call on Judy Vaughn, and I would ask everyone to stand for the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And you may be seated. Thank you, Judy. That was absolutely wonderful. Really appreciate that. Just before I introduce Bev, I want to just introduce someone who's also very special to Bev and is without question his #1 volunteer. Bev Shipley, would you stand? So now I'd like to introduce the Member of Parliament for Lambton, Kent, Middlesex. Your Member of Parliament, my boss, Mr. Bev Shipley. Bev?
Welcome, and there's one thing about Pat, you never know what's coming next sometimes. So I just want to thank him so much for what he's doing, but good evening. My name is Bev Shipley, and I'm your Member of Parliament for Lambton, Kent, Middlesex. And indeed, it's my pleasure to welcome each of you to this place this evening. Tonight is my privilege to present a very prestigious honor to a number of distinguished Canadians. The Queen's Jubilee Medal was created to mark the 60th anniversary of her Queen Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II's ascension to the throne as the Queen of England and the Queen of Canada. The Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal is a tangible way for Canada to honor Her Majesty for her services to this great country. At the same time, it serves to honor significant contributions and achievements by Canadians. For 6 decades, our Queen has supported the development of our nation and of our unique identity. To the world, our men and women in uniform have served in combat, and they have led in peacekeeping roles. We've also introduced new technologies, advances in science, in the arts, and even in our sports. At home, we have created our own national flag. We have adopted a constitution and our Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But during that time, many remarkable Canadians have been recognized for having made their mark at home and on the world stage. To each of this evening's recipients, may I say that your contributions are no less remarkable within your respective communities. I've always maintained that community service is the backbone not only of a community, but of a free and democratic society. Indeed, I know of no one who has ever been able to affix a monetary value to service rendered by those people that are receiving this evening's recipients. Part of the reason is that this is a reality, and it's so true, is because so much of what you do passes unnoticed and unheralded. This is certainly true of you, who are being recognized for this evening. That is because each of you do what you do, not for the glory or for the recognition, but rather, you do it out of a sense to make the world a better place for all of us. In this, I believe you share a value with our Queen, of whom it was noted by John Massey on the occasion of her Golden Jubilee. And I quote, "Our Queen sails on dutifully, determined to do the right thing, as she can do her best, to hold firm to her coronation oath of service and commitment," unquote. So holding firm to your commitment to serve is the very thing which makes you so very special to all of us tonight. I believe it is also important for each of the recipients to know that you were nominated for this prestigious honor by those who know you. Your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, your community. And though you may have believed your efforts at some time have gone unnoticed, and even perhaps sometimes unappreciated, I trust this evening you know that that was not the case. Friends, in closing, on behalf of a grateful nation, I join our Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper, and the Governor General, Mr. David Johnson, in saying thank you for your services and congratulations.
Okay, we're going to be calling forward each of the recipients individually. We're going to ask Bev and Barb if you would make your way to the center of the table. And as you come forward, you'll be presented with your medal. If you would then just sort of briefly turn so that we can get a photograph, and then the certificate, and then one more photograph. And that should work quite nicely. Also, for everyone, as each person is called, these are extraordinary Canadians, so if you would like to show your acknowledgement at that time, please feel free to do so. So, beginning at the beginning, which is always the best place to start, recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Mr. Albert Bannister.
Give Albert a second. She likes to get near the guys.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Beverly Bass. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Harry Bass. You see, that's really good. We got this picture-taking dance all worked out. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Thelma Bloomfield. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Jacoba Boss. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Doug Demuse. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Maria Demude. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Janice Dolliver.
There we go.
All right.
Recipient of the...
It'll come.
It'll come. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Kenneth Dunsmore. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Mr. Sid Daly. Anyway, I've just been advised by Bev that Sid is turning 100 years old.
There we go. That's my grandson. You just told Barb that'll be the last kiss she would get at 99.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Ruth Wanamaker.
Go ahead. My camera's asked me if someone blinked. Did anyone blink? Okay. I wasn't blinking. Sorry.
You're too smart for that.
I know.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Blair Harvey.
Oh.
Sweetie, you joined us.
Such a pretty dress. We have to get a picture of that.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Ross Hayter.
For sure. Story's right.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Sarah Hodgson. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Dale Hoos. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, John Lawrence. recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Donald Leslie.
Want us this way a little bit?
Yeah, please.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Ruth Ann McIntyre. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Alan Milner. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Jim Suscott.
Jim, can I get you to move a little that way?
This way?
Not bad. Oh, that's nice and cozy. There you go.
Yeah, so much for about.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Rob Talick.
Did you get that?
Unfortunately.
Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Colin Toth. Recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, Jackie Wells. Earlier this evening, I believe I saw Mr. Peter Twinstra here. Peter was a recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal presented by Monty McNaughton, our provincial member of Parliament. I'm just wondering if any of the other provincial recipients of the medal are here this evening. Anybody else? Rebecca, okay. If I could have you come forward, Bev has a special presentation that he would like to make.
One more, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, I'm going to ask Judy to come back and sing God Save the Queen, which will end the formal part of our program. But please don't rush off. We have some refreshments at the back. We have some cake. You may want to take the opportunity to speak with one of these tremendous Canadians. And so I would just urge you, don't feel like you have to get out the door. Please stay, enjoy some good food and some fellowship. So Judy, if you'll come back, and I'll ask everyone to stand for the singing of God Save the King.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen.
Thank you very much again, Judy. Have a seat for just a second.